And what it'll look like is it'll look like, look, and now it's restored. Today we're going to cover something I've never talked about on this channel before, and that's rope magic. It's cheap, it's easy to get a hold of, it's impressive because the props are simple and easy to understand. It can be done for one person, can be done for 1,000 people, young and old. It's really cool stuff, and today I'm going to show you like basically where every magician starts with rope magic, and that's a cut and restored rope. It's a really cool one, and I have a special flash restoration I'm also going to teach you at the end of this video, so make sure you watch till the very end. So hey guys, my name's Alan Paletti. I'm a full-time professional magician. I teach tips, tricks, tutorials. I do a lot of reviews on this channel, and well, today we're going to cover rope, something I've never done on this channel before. I've done things on thumb tips, on silk, on playing cards, a lot of stuff on playing cards, coins, but this is my first time covering rope in the 12 years or so that I've had this channel. It's crazy. So the rope I'm using here today, you don't have to use this. In fact, what's probably easiest to attain where you are is something called clothesline. You can go to Walmart and you can get clothesline. I prefer the actual cotton stuff, but you can get synthetic clothesline as well. They both work just okay. And if you want to go and get something a little bit fancier, this is magician's rope. This is what I use. This is 8mm magician's rope. I buy this either as magician's rope from Amazon.com or Vanishing Ink or PenguinMagic.com. I'll leave links in the description where you can get all that. But this specifically, you want exactly this rope. This rope is, well, this is, how do I say this that's YouTube friendly? It's playtime rope, okay? But little known open secret here is that magician's rope is actually usually repackaged playtime rope. Okay, so I'm not going to say any more about it. If you pick up what I'm putting down, leave me down in the comments if you understand what I'm saying there, okay? So I'll leave a link for that too if you want to check that out on Amazon. That's where I got this specific rope, okay? So I have that, and then you're going to need scissors. Yes, you're going to need scissors. Now, I don't just use any garden variety scissors. I actually use these. These are medical shears. They have little micro-serrated teeth in there. They're very strong, very sharp. You can lob a finger off with these, so be very careful. I've seen people cut pennies in half with these and remove wedding rings. So these are no joke, but it also means they're fantastic for cutting rope very cleanly, very easily, and they're blunt tipped. So they're dangerous and safe at the same time, okay? So whenever I am doing a cut and restored rope, I usually want to use about an arm's length. Ooh, my hands are going to go out of frame here. But I usually want to use about an arm's length. I'm almost 6 feet tall, so that's about 6 feet of rope there. And you're going to see how quickly and easily that chops right through that rope. It's very, very quick, very, very easy. That's why I really like these. They give you a lot of leverage. They're very sharp, and they bite into the rope. So we're going to do, I'm going to take off that part. That's a little taped end, so we're not going to use that either. Okay, so there's our 6 feet pieces of rope. We want to cut it in half, right? So we're going to find that's the ends there. I'm going to come up to the camera so you can see that that's the ends there, and we got to find the middle. If those are even, then down here should be the middle, right? So if we take the middle, and oh, I kind of bunched it up there. We take the middle and we snip right through the middle like that, then we should have 2 pieces of rope. Thanks, Captain Obvious. Yeah. Okay, but here's where it gets really cool. If you tie a little knot in this, and we need to say the magic words. I don't know. Let's say the Magic Minute viewers are the best in the entire universe. We could say that, and we'll get our magic scissors. We'll tap. Oh, or we could do, this is cute. We could use this as an erase button, right? This is the cut button. This is the erase button. And the rope is completely restored. You can hand that out for examination. Somebody could take that home as a souvenir. That is one solid piece of rope. Pretty cool. So how is this done? It's the first time I ever saw this, and even still as a professional magician who sees magic all the time and performs magic all the time, I am reminded of just how good of an illusion this is. And I got really excited about teaching it, so that's why I've decided to put this video together. So here's what you need. You need that 6-foot piece of rope, right? And you need a pair of scissors, and that's it. There's no other preparation. There's no secret gimmicks. There's no nothing. Just a little bit of knowledge. That's it. So you really are going to fold the rope into half like that, so the ends meet. and the loop is down here at the bottom. And here's the secret part, is how I'm going to gather that loop into my hands. I come down here and I bring the loop up towards my fingers like this, but as I do that, I reach inside with my fingers, my thumb and my finger here, and I pinch one of those ropes, usually the outside one, okay? So I'm here, here, I pinch one of those ropes, and then I loop it through the longer loop, like this, okay? One more time, I want to make sure it's super, super clear, because I could just imagine the comments now going, it didn't work, okay? So there's that. You pinch one of those arms, you loop that through, and then you gather that all into your fingers. So now you have this situation in your hand, okay? So you've got this weird loopy bit with a little tiny loop. And sometimes you'll get it where you don't have this, but if you care that much, you can kind of tap that down and make those even. But that looks to all the world that the rope's gathered up and the end is right there. But it's not. We know it's not. You take the magic scissors, you snip in the middle. Okay? So what you've actually done here is you've cut a little short piece of rope that the longer rope is now looped across. Like that. That's all you've done. Okay? But hidden in your fingers, even with just your finger and your thumb there, that looks like two pieces of rope. All that's needed now is to put a little knot in it, which is just a little half loop, right? It's just a little regular knot. I don't tie this too tightly. I just kind of, one arm under the loop like that, and then leave it on there, thus so. Then you can make your joke, oh, look, it's fixed. It's one piece of rope again. Yeah, So here's how you get rid of that knot. Whenever you wind the rope in your hands, that knot's just going to slide along the rope and into your fingers. You come back over here to grab your scissors. When you do, you just put that piece in your back pocket. And you wave the scissors or use the joke, the eraser end. I don't remember where I've seen this eraser end gag before, but I'm sure it probably deserves credit. I think maybe I saw Dan Harlan use that joke, so we'll say Dan Harlan. But if you guys know for sure, leave me a comment down below. But I think that's a fun, cute little presentation. And then you, with that knot ditched in your pocket, can unwind that and show the rope restored. Since you're only cutting like a small section of it off, the rope still looks the same length, or roughly the same length that it did before. People don't really notice if it's a little shorter, which it is. But people don't notice that. If you keep doing this, of course, at some point you will have to replace the rope. You'll be doing a cut and restored rope with a piece that big. But there's that. Now, I also told you I would show you a flash restore, and I want to show you what that looks like. So let's go back in time a little bit, back to whenever we cut this piece in half here, right? So we've just snipped it. We've just snipped it like this. So we have the short rope and the longer rope looped over it like that. And now let's say we want to do a really cool flash restoration. What we can do is we can take one arm of it like this, hold it in our fingers with our pinky like this so the rope is pointing down, and then with these fingers grasp that short end and let go of the whole rope. And now you really have a cut piece in your hand and then the length of the rope. Super cool. Love this. If you need to get rid of that little piece, sometimes it's needed for other rope tricks. So sometimes you're just in a really great position to start doing some other rope tricks. If you need that piece, you can create it in front of the audience. Or if you need to, you can just, of course, just scrunch this up into your hand, wind up the rope, and toss it back in your case or your pocket or whatever, and be done, right? I hope you enjoyed that. That is the cut and restored rope, classic version with the knot and also with the flash restoration. If you like this and you like content like this, please consider subscribing to my channel where you're going to get more content like this on the regular. And also, if you're a shopper on Illusionist.com, I have a coupon code there so you can save some money off of your entire cart at Illusionist. I'd really appreciate it if you did that. It helps the channel out a lot and it helps save you some money. So win-win-win. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.